Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Counter-Strike Confederation's premier semifinals. Tonight, our matchup is the HG Marksmen versus the DRG Dragons. My name is Atrax. I'm joined here by Extinct. We also have Quattro observing and producing tonight. Extinct, are you ready for some great Counter-Strike here on a Monday night?
I'm ready for some more playoffs.
Let's go. I'm ready for some playoffs too. Like I said, we got the semifinals here. HG Marksman versus the DRG Dragons. Our maps tonight are going to be Ancient, picked by DRG, Mirage, picked by HG, and a Nuke Decider. So we got some banging maps here. As we get into our first one, we're here on Ancient. Extinct, really quickly before we get into the pistol round, as it starts, who do you think is taking this one, DRG or Marksman?
Well, if you're to go off the last week's result when DRG took on ABI, you would think that DRG should go pretty swimmingly on this map, but, you know, HD a bit of a higher seed, or actually the one seed, I should say, so theoretically they might be a little better head-to-head. They've had a couple wins on this map also, so we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. Indeed, it's going to be the B lean to start the map. Marksman flying out. That Space Monkey out first. Not going to get anybody, but Fury with the trade. That's 1-for-1 as the bomb goes down. We see 3 CTs here on the retake. Post plant. Proto also here up on the shelf position to draw some fire. That's going to be Zlep taking out level 8 on Face. Fury also taking out Proto. Bengo finally chiming in with one, but that is all that they will get. 2 on the CT side. Marksman up 1-0.
Yeah, pretty good commitment. I liked what they kind of did there as far as scaling mid to B. A couple of those Ts. Seemed like it caught the rotates totally off guard. There was a chance for the two CTs that were playing short there to snap off a couple extra kills, but they were pretty much insaturated, and then it was just down to even numbered retake.
And also the Glocks kind of proving the run and gun there. It's going to be 5 up mid for the Dragons, all on those pistols. That is the sad part of losing the CT-sided pistol. Pretty much no money into the next round, and plenty of weapons for the Marksman side. A minute 30 left here. No contact has been made yet. As I say that, Proto is going to take some shots onto, I believe that was left Philip. One of the two, either way, just damage traded back and forth between these two teams. No kills just yet. Solstice trying to get some damage, but gets at this themselves. Philipek with one, with two. That's Proto and Bango gone. Spy here trying to get something more done with these USPs, but no. Level 8 on Face It. Can you at least get one? Damage has been done by your team, but no, you're going to get sprayed down through the smoke. Marksman up 2.
Yeah, nothing really to say. Just a save. They seeded that round to get a decent buy here. Good damage, but looks like they like B early, and we'll see if they continue that trend.
Yeah, will they perhaps try and condition a little bit HG? It's winning so far. Of course, it's just the pistol round and the anti-eco. You like to see all 5 guns staying alive here on the Marksman side. Slimy with this MAC-10 trying to get some more money, but no, that's going to be Bango to stop it before Space Monkey trades him out in mid. That's mid secured for the Marksman. And a 4v4, although damage done to the T side here. So those M4 A1Ss now a little bit more impactful. Solstice is holding firm here in cave. We see a little bit of fire back and forth towards A main on the big box. I believe that's Spy, who will go down courtesy of the Mac 10 of Slep. And Proto trying to get something, a little bit of damage through that smoke. Unfortunately, not going to connect for him. Solstice here in the mid. Level 8
That's a
on
good kill
Face It.
back.
That's a great kill. Through the smoke, you like to see those if you're on the Dragon side. And Solstice with potential to get Philipek down in Donut, but no. Proto will finally get one back, turning it into a 2v2 scenario. No kits on either of the CTs. They need to act, and they need to act now. Both Ts are here towards Donut. They seem to have snuffed this out, but no! Ooh, level 8 on Face It with one. Philipek with it right back. 1v1 Proto not going to be able to get the defuse because no kit, and Marksman will go up 3-0. Ooh, there was potential for some contact there. Philippek hearing the footsteps, not going to go for it, decides to save that M4, which even though you're up on the T side, you always love to have a gun saved over, save a little bit of that extra money.
I'm surprised to see that round actually swing to HG. The numbers were even, but the damage wasn't, and the T's all had. I mean, I think they had 1 AK in play after Slimy died. They were staying on their bonus there, so that could have probably and maybe should have been getting on the board for Dragons, but just a really good contact out from A main to force Spy off of Big Box, and he got caught out by the donut rotate with no help really there. Unfortunately, good try to get the retake in though.
Absolutely, and unfortunately no crit as well. That maybe looks different for Proto in that 1v1. Now we see another anti-eco coming out from the Marksman. There is that rifle saved over from Proto in the last round. We'll have to see if that comes into effect, if that has any impact on this round whatsoever. Kiri with a great backstab, trying to get the lineup, does. Trying to get that instant headshot here in a second. Very smart, doesn't want to give away potential Proto gonna get completely just blindsided. Maybe Kiri moving just a little bit too fast, and Spy with the 5-7 out here in mid, hoping to just get a gun or something, scavenge up a little bit, because money's not great. It's okay, but it's not great as Marksmen post a 4th.
I think now that I'm sort of remembering that AVI DRG matchup from last week, if you can remember, there was that 11-1 T-half for DRG. There was, a couple of rounds back, I think maybe just 1 or 2, or something like this. I can't quite remember. Actually, there might have been a couple more actually by AVI, where it started to look a little like we might have a game on our hands for the Dragons on the CT side. So they're not on the dominant side of the map that we saw them on last time, starting off on T. I think they're going to have to maybe be a little more proactive, not just by fighting down to mid, because it doesn't seem like HG are going to fall for that bait. They're making impact elsewhere. They're not just kind of spitballing out mid.
And I believe that's 3 plants on B, 1 plant on A. So they're really hammering onto this B site. And Solstice with the first kill. Can you get another? Yes, you can. That is B ramp secured. And Space Monkey also goes down in cave. This B attack, whether it was an attack or just people setting up outside B, has completely fallen flat for the Marksman. Dragons finally taking some hope here. And Philippek, that's a great response, but is not prepared for the second. That's Bango, immediately traded out by Zlep, but Zlep in a 1v3 scenario, the bomb is all the way over in B. You can see it there, kind of in CT. Now Zlep, you got a minute left. This is doable. Solstice and level 8 on Face It, both very low, 75 HP between the both of them. And they're setting up this nice crossfire here. Will Zlep be able to get the correction? Ooh, sees the one, but doesn't expect the other. That's level 8 on Face It in red. First for the Dragons. A little bit of BM there as well.
Yeah, we love to see it. Pretty much exactly what I was hoping to see there was just that down B B stair, or excuse me, B ramp aggression. That was like really crucial there for them to just take a round, not kind of wait for them to come towards, not make HG come and take it, but rather just take it themselves, and it got on the board. It did get a little scary there, but they played a good crossfire at the end just to make sure it didn't get too bad.
Absolutely, and also two people coming from ramp, 1 person coming from cave. All of them winning those fights on the Dragon side. And now we'll see here, level 8 on Face It is ahead of the Molotov. Here's them jumping around. That's going to be Space Monkey who ends up winning the trade, although taken low, 13 HP. That's a great trade to find first. Now, where do the kills go next? We see some action happening kind of around here at this B site. Solstice taken down to 2 HP after that exchange. I believe that was Philippek. Yeah, that's Kiri taking out Bango in the donut position. That's A site secured. And Slep gonna take out Proto, who's just unaware that this player could be red. And Solstice 2 HP. And that's unfortunately not gonna net anything. Space Monkey. Oh, look at that. There's the BM in return. 5-1 for the Marksmen.
Really good patience by HG off of that last round. They were expecting more of the same aggression, especially down towards B. It looked like they kind of were sitting back passive. They got the AWP boosted up, and it rewarded them for just kind of sitting back a little bit, just in a direct response to the previous round. I think on the other side of the map, Spy does need to get on the board here and have some presence. You know, that one kill out from Donut, that could have actually been quite helpful for the Dragons, but sitting on 0-6 feels like that sort of the side of the map isn't quite safe yet.
Okay, do need to wake up if you're Spy. This is the semifinals. This is elimination. This is playoffs. This is everything. This is what the season culminates in, and so you hope to pop off, maybe a little bit of pressure. Level 8 on Face It. That's a nice kill from the Snapping Turtle onto Slimy. I believe that is the Opper down. You're not going to see anybody in that smoke. So far, some good impact. That's another great impact shot from Spy. There we go, chiming in with a Deagle kill. First kill of the game. Good start. Ooh, Bango attempting the scout shot. Do you expect the player in Temple? Bango just trying to see, did somebody push red? No, level 8 on Face It did pick up that op. He does decide to save it. That's a smart idea, especially considering the economy. I don't believe they've pulled out an op yet either. They haven't had the economical opportunity. And
It's also a
now
question of how
Bango-
comfortable they maybe feel opping on this map. You know,
True.
from my experience playing with Bango, he can pull the op out, and we actually saw him last week doing it pretty well. But it was more on maybe Anubis, and sort of as a secondary on T side in Ancient. So it will be interesting to see maybe who wields it, if it is Bango who picks it up, or what they do here positionally.
Level 8 on Face It. You have to save it first. Ooh. And he will. No further contact between the two of them. The op will go to the Dragons in this 8th round here. Like you said, we'll have to see who decides to don the op. Level 8 on Face It, holding it currently. We'll have to see what...
Yeah, if he's content to keep it and
here.
maybe play just a tight pixel peek from Cave out to Jaguar, that could be pretty effective if HG get a little complacent taking that space or flashing into it. So
They have been hitting B a lot, and that is some great utility damage on the side of Dragons to the Marksmen. You see there, 3 players taken below 90 HP, so that's within headshot range for these A1 presses. And the A4s as well. 1 A4 on Solstice. I'm an A4 fan as well. I need those extra bullets. So
it'd be pretty crucial depending on what site you're on or what position you're on. If you're hunkering down by yourself, yeah, you definitely want those extra bullets.
Absolutely. And we get a minute on the clock left here, and now some more contact comes in. That's Proto taking out Space Monkey, but Space Monkey should have seen 2 there, so they should know that at least 2 are on the B site. Of course, all left alive for the Dragons, so they still know they have 5 players to deal with.
Phil's gonna lurk for maybe a timing here, but Solstice looks ready and prepared for it.
Flash comes in, but it does not favor
Doesn't blind him.
Solstice. Philipek turning away, ready for it, and Zlep not ready for Bango to be so close, and Spy also with another kill onto the A player, but the bomb is over towards B. I believe that's going to be Proto who spots the bomb. Now it's Philipek and Slimy trying to get a 7th for the Marksman, but it will not be so. Dragons posting a 2nd.
Yeah, really good grouping on the B site there. I think they recognized that they were taking way too many, solo 1v1 fights, or maybe 1vx fights from the CT perspective. And the double up jiggling into Cave there to get that first kill. Trying to do it again with the flash over to A ramp or B ramp. It didn't work, but still recovering Proto and having the team back right there just to cover him, make sure that didn't get into a post plant. But you're seeing the adjustments kind of live and what they maybe need to do a little more of.
Have to see, is it enough to save this half? Marksman currently on 6 in round 9. And so Potential for the Marksmen to run away with the half. Dragons trying not to let that happen. Utility going up, but Zlep eliminating Spy through the smoke. Lots of kills through the smoke already in this match. And Solstice getting mollied out from that pillar position. It looks like it will be a B hit in the end by the Marksman. Bomb going here. Utility coming out. Space Monkey trying to get the boost up to get some info. Doesn't see anybody. That's Fury swinging through the smoke. Does not get one. Despite some, excuse me, great damage. Solstice getting 2. Level 8 on Face It with 1. That's a kill through the smoke, through the side of the pillar, I believe. Onto Slimy. Level 8 on Face It with another op kill as well to secure a third for the Dragons. Now we see, excuse me, now we see that they've got just a little bit of momentum. That's 2 rounds in a row posted for them. You love to see it. Now the members coming online. Level 8 on Face It. 7 and 5. Leading the squad with a positive KD there with this op. Hoping to continue the success here. It's going to be a mid-hit as my HUD pixelates just a little bit, but that's okay. That is on my end. That's 1 kill. That's Slimy already taken out of the round. We'll have to see what the mid presence from Marksman will nest. Just creeping through the smoke, but gets spotted by Philipek, I believe. Catching him just crawling through that smoke. And Proto going to molly out one player, not expecting Zlep to be so close. Get taken out, and Kiri killing Spy, creeping out of the donut position. Level 8 on Face It, and Bango here on this B site. But it will be the A plant from the Marksmen looking to post a 7th. They have mid secure. They also have A site. They should know where these 2 CTs are coming from. As the retake comes in, Kiri hiding behind the box, holding down Temple. That's Slep to get the kill onto Bango. Level 8 on Face It in a 1v4 scenario. Gets the first one despite getting tagged out. The flashbang comes out. It will not do any good because of the angle that Level 8 on Face It is taking. And time is slowly running out. Level 8 on Face It taking even more damage. You hope to save the op, but it's not even going to happen. Decides to just toss it away so that the Marksman can't get it. The Marksman post a 7th despite taking some damage. And the answer there was just mid. They got some kills out mid. Dragons, unfortunately, it did not go the way for them. Solstice trying to peek through that smoke. Just getting spotted out. Unfortunate for the Dragons. And so now we'll have to see what their reply is. Utility coming out again. Mid, we see 2 here. Courtesy of Dragons. That's going to be Bango and Solstice. Space Monkey trying to get some more info. Creeping up this B ramp here. That's level 8 on Face It with the op, and what a great kill that was. Space Monkey saw him, but not fast enough, not quite sharp enough. It's level 8 on Face It, too sharp with the op, and Spy going to go down over on the A site. That's some A aggression. Unfortunately, not working out the way of Spy, who's had a rough start to this map so far. Bango going to swing it back in the favor of the Dragons. The bomb still not committed towards A. In fact, it's all a fake. Kiri alone on the site, a completely empty site with a completely bamboozling play. If you're on the side of HG, they only just now realize, hey, wait a minute, this is actually B. And so now we're kind of thrust into an interesting post-plant scenario. Excuse me. Where's Lep now with some contact? No, that's 2 swinging. Proto and Solstice. Those mid players. Kiri with a very important contact. That's 1. Can't connect the spray onto the other, but does get the kill onto Solstice. putting Philippek in a 1v2 scenario. They get one. 11 HP. The bomb is ticking faster and faster. There's no time for level 8 on Face It. Marksmen have done it. They've secured an 8th for themselves here in round 11. Wow. What an absolutely insane call by the Marksmen. And a great fake out just to completely pull the CT rotation off of B. And I mean, it makes sense. The Dragons, they saw they had, well, shoot, we don't have A site whatsoever. And now 2 players are over there, and you know we got to hightail it over there. But nope, that is not the case. Dragons just get bamboozled. Now we'll have to see what the reply is. Marksman with a very clearly defined A hit. Spy, we've mentioned a rather weak map so far. Can you have some impact to try and post a 4th for the Dragons? We'll get one, but Proto, oh no! It's even more of a disaster for Spy, getting taken out by his own teammate through the smoke. Philippek with a nade, getting a kill as well. And it's on to Solstice and Bango to try and post a 4th here for DRG. They're just taking their sweet time here in Donut, waiting for potentially a wrap from mid. It's going to be a smoke out as both of the players try their best to make it out of Donut, but no, they just will not. Marksman with a very commanding 9-3 half. We'll have to see what can DRG Dragons do. What can their reply be? Because, I mean, man, just such domination so far from the Marksman. There were a couple of rounds. Dragons did post 3. So there is some hope. It's not completely over, but Marksman with a very overwhelming lead here on their T side. We'll have to see, will their CT side be just as strong as we get into the pistol round of the second half here on Ancient. If you're just joining us, as you can see on the bottom of the screen there, Ancient, our first pick here by DRG Dragons. Our second map is going to be Mirage, and then Nuke if we need it as a decider map. It looks like it will be a B hit here from the Dragons. Pretty much all through cave except for 1, 4 through cave. Nobody is home just yet. It's just left here on the short to try and get some damage. Marksman going to play retake here on B. Space Monkey, oh no. That's unfortunate. Down to 5 HP already as the bomb goes down. Proto with the swing onto short. That's going to be Space Monkey out. Fury with a reply. Solstice with 1. Spy with another. Players are just falling down for the Marksman. Sly need to get 1 in reply, but it's looking like Dragons will secure the pistol, and they will. That's a good start if you want to mount a comeback for the Dragons. It's necessary at this point.
How you doing there, Atrax?
Because of the dominant half. I'm doing good. Look, Marksmen are chilling. I'm chilling. Dragons, they're not chilling so much. Marksmen playing them around the map just a little bit, especially towards the end of the T side for Marksmen. But
well, Dragons
hey,
get that pistol back,
chilling.
which is necessary. So
Absolutely.
Good to see that. Hopefully we can get a little more competitive. This was their very strong side last week as well. That's an insane nade.
Yeah, that one hurts if you're on the side of Marksman. And I agree with you. Ancient T side for me, a lot more fun to play than CT side. And here comes the contact. Spy with 1, 2, 3. Proto with another. Level 8 on Face It with 1 as well to secure the anti-eco. Dragons up to 5, only 4 away.
Yeah, good on Dragons for not losing anybody there, keeping all their guns. Be interesting if they do any upgrades on top of that regardless. Just like Marksman just chose to stay on their bonus round in this exact situation. It looks like Dragons will do the same and see if they can't take these Mac 10s head to head with the full buy.
Full buy versus a bit of a bonus round here from the Dragons. Hoping to further pump up that money, get them coffers overflowing, but Kiri already with 1 kill onto level 8 on Face It. That's one of the more, I entire impact play is already gone for Dragons. Kiri with another before finally getting traded out by Bango on that MAC-10. Immediately switches to the AK. And now it is a 3v4 situation for the Dragons after the first 50 seconds or so of this round. So now things slowly crawl just a little bit. Plenty of utility here on the Dragon side if they decide to throw a B execute. No one directly on the site. That's one hidden here. Space Monkey towards CT, one in the cave position. Spy with the task of defending this bomb plant, and will do a good job so far getting Space Monkey and Proto catching Zlep off with that reload. Unfortunate for Zlep. Very advantageous for the Dragon. Slimy gonna get damaged just a little bit by that nade. And now it's all on to Slimy. No, Dragons post a 6. Now they are just 3 rounds away from tying it up.
I'm really surprised from the B-hold there from Marksmen. I thought the best shot Dragons would have had was to simply contact out B because, you know, with X-Ray we can obviously see they're giving that space. They throw the utility and telegraph, but there was still a really good chance for, I believe it was Space Monkey who was the long player. He probably really should have gotten 1, maybe 2 on the spray down. He goes down. Zlep seemed to not really react, maybe waiting for a second, or rather a 4th aggression from Cave, which just didn't really seem likely. And they kind of saved the space, took a lot of 1v1s. So now they're on a little force here.
And the force is working out so far. That's 2 kills in the favor of the Marksmen. DRG, you've been doing well against weapons so far. Now here you are on the force, or against a force buy, light buy, whatever you want to call it. And losing a couple of members. That's not what you want to see. You do want to see a Zeus if you're a fan of Counter-Strike. Proto getting a trade onto Space Monkey now. Spy, that's another one. That's good to claw your way back into this round after a slight disadvantage. Now you could argue, of course, they always had the advantage, even in a 3v5, because of the weaponry on the side of the Marksmen. But nonetheless, we are here in a 3v3 scenario. All 3 CTs kind of towards mid-A. All 3 Ts here grouped up towards B. So Dragons have more or less read it right. Now Zlep will slowly creep over towards the CT position in B. But it's just the snapping turtle here to protect this B site. Getting a little bit of damage. No kills just yet. Gonna get mollied out, and Bango with that kill, securing the site, securing the plant. No doubt securing a 7th, unless Kiri can do something absolutely magnificent on this MP9.
He's gonna have to learn through this timing.
Just a little bit, yeah,
that's a hard shot.
unfortunate. Not gonna get it. Philippek trying to get a Zeus. We're cheering for it. I always cheer for Zeus kills. Doesn't matter what side you're on. If you're a fan of Counter-Strike, it's fun to watch a Zeus kill happen, but it's not looking likely, at least in terms of the way this contact is going to be going, unless the Dragons just decide to run up short somehow. No, just a little bit of contact here coming out. And Dragons, they secure a 7th, now just 2 away from the Marksmen.
Not scary, but they recovered. They kind of grouped and knew what needed to be done. Interesting, they just kind of chose to stick to that same bomb site where they had spotted 3 players. Now, they didn't save any of the weapons they forced with, which is really unfortunate. You probably would rather have Kiri save an MP9 maybe, but not the end of the world. They actually still have full utility and an absolutely full buy, as full as it gets really.
Well, we were giving Spy a little bit of a hard time earlier for not having some impact. Now it's Slamy's turn. Currently 3 and 13. You've got the big green out. Can you have some impact? It's necessary here to keep the lead up for the Marksmen, especially the way the money is going.
If you let Slimy here get going and take control, then this could be wrapped up pretty quickly by Marksman. It just depends on if Dragons are wary of that. They definitely know he's the Opper, and they should probably be expecting it at some point. How they counter it if it even becomes an impact.
Oh, that's a great swing from Space Monkey to get one and good damage and info on another. That's Solstice taken low. And now we'll have to see what is the response from the Dragons. What do they do? My HUD going just a little bit glitchy. We're working with what we got here. No problem. Somebody is here on the on the B side of CT, and that's also where the bomb is. It's level 8 on Face It here with the bomb on his back. 3 towards B, 1 over towards elbow, just to make sure that on shell. And I hear some action going on. There's stuff happening. People are shooting through wood, trying to get some damage. Flashbang out.
Damage.
Was there damage? I couldn't see. Well, I believe that was Slimy with an op kill, but no, gets killed by Proto instead. Traded out. That's an op down in Donut. And Philip can't get anything done either. Fury will also fall flat, but Zlep with 1, with 2, can't get the third, but Space Monkey will. And that is a 10th secured for the Marksmen. It came down to the 1v1, 12 HP on Space Monkey. It was sketchy, but nonetheless the retake comes in to secure double digits.
Man, I'm really kind of surprised to see that got very, very hectic for Dragons really fast. I can't believe they just didn't have a piece of utility to throw towards CT there. But the CTs literally just kept coming. I mean, Phil goes down, you think you've got probably at least 5 or so seconds to secure plant and maybe readjust and reposition, but it was Phil, it was whoever was next, and then it was still whoever was next, all from CT position, swinging 1 by 1. You don't really see that win or work very, very often, but with the man advantage going into that sort of snowball, that was enough for Marksman to get it done.
Yeah, great spacing by the Marksman, like you said, just like a swarm of angry hornets flying out.
I'd honestly actually say that wasn't great spacing, but it still worked. This was what I was kind of thinking. Just they were all swinging 1 by 1, and
I gotcha.
But just with man advantage, so it worked out.
Okay. All right. Well, Space Monkey swinging out of the Cubby position, getting 1, Spy with a reply, and Proto with a kill onto Philipek. That's the A site more or less secured. Only 1 here towards CT, and that's Slep. Will get smoked off, decides not to go through the smoke. That's a smart decision, especially in a 3v4 scenario. Kiri's still curious. There's somebody here towards B.
Marksman can afford to save. I mean, that's not going to be the end of the world saving 3 guns here. You're up 10-8.
Especially an op.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that op. You have Zlep with the M4 who has $100, so losing the op and M4 would really just bust this entire economy. So this is actually a pretty crucial save. They're pretty close for comfort, but it looks like they'll probably get out all good. Doesn't seem like Dragons want to fight too much either.
Yeah, and an upgrade for Kiri onto the AK as opposed to the MP9. Spy going down. Not ideal.
I don't know how that maybe happened. But that's another gun. But that's okay. The T's will buy no matter what. That's not really a relevant death. Those 2 deaths aren't really super relevant. Kiri already had the AK. Definitely good on HG for saving there. That was definitely a swing. Dragons maybe just feeling like kind of lucky to get that round off the back of just 2 kills.
Absolutely, and we mentioned earlier Spy, rough start, but now 15 and 12. Second fragger only to Proto on this T side for the Dragons. So Spy coming alive. That's what we like to see from players with a rough start. Kiri gonna get 1 before immediately traded out by Bengals. Left with 1, doesn't expect another. That's Spy. And Space Monkey will trade them out 2v3 for the Dragons. We'll have to see, can they get more done on this B side? That's the op chiming out from Slimy, but it will miss. No one down just yet. Level 8 on Face It. With the fake bomb plant, swings out wide from the pillar from that Molotov. Space Monkey not expecting it and goes down. A minute left on the clock. Plenty of time here. The bomb will go down. Utility coming in. Nades, all of that stuff. Level 8 on Face It, taken down to 9 HP. Yes, indeed. We'll have to see. Can level 8 on Face It still have impact despite being so low? Proto Proto spotted out in the cave position. They know where they are. Can they get the retake? Proto missing one, or Proto getting one. Level 8 on Face it getting the other. And that's a 9th secured by Dragons with a great resurgence here in their T side so far.
I didn't see the kill from, I think it might have been Proto who was in cave. Was that just through the smoke, or did he lurk out there? That's just on me for missing that.
I think it was the smoke was like half, it was like
Okay.
half covering the cave entrance, half not. So he could have
Gotcha.
swung wide over the side of the smoke, if I'm not mistaken.
So a missed smoke there. Yeah, that was definitely an advantage retake just in terms of health. It seemed like Marksmen maybe jumped the gun a little bit on the retake. They did have still half the bomb.
Absolutely, and we see now mid secured for the Marksman, trying to not let the Dragons die, not let them get close to a lead. Kiri with a kill onto Spy through the smoke in elbow. Now, it is a common spray spot, but working out this time in the favor of the Marksman. And Space Monkey blind, can't see anything, gets opt by Bango. Solstice with another kill as well. Slimy will get one in reply, but that's over towards mid, I believe. We'll have to see as the retake comes in. 3v3, 3v2, courtesy of Bango on that op. And it's on to Zlep and Philippek. One kit that's on Zlep here in this short side. Do they expect him? Solstice does. That's one CT down and one left to go. Philippek will back off, and Dragons secure double digits and tie the score here on round 20, 10-10. A great resurgence here by the Dragons on the T side of Ancient. My goodness. And it's attack timeout from the Marksman. They'd say, all right, look, our lead completely gone. It's tied now. We need to have an answer, and we need to have an answer now. Our money, not great. We're going to save again. What are we going to do here? Kiri on 19 and 14, 123 ADRs. Lep 18 and 12, but Slimy not chiming in just yet. Currently 5 and 15. But it doesn't necessarily feel like it's Slimy. It's, you know, just across the map, things not quite working out so well for the Marksman. DRG coming up with answers.
And you've seen the thing we talked about with the Dragon CT side. Most of the rounds they were losing handedly were because they were not aggressing at all anyway. They weren't taking any map control. I haven't seen Marksmen do much, if any, of that outside of their eco rounds, where they're just kind of stacking into a chokehold and trying to grab a gun or two. But nothing off the back of a buy that would make the Dragons feel uncomfortable. This is the first round you're seeing a little bit of that.
And it falls completely.
And it falls short. But again, it's you know, it's just it's a minor force. There's one MP9, maybe there were two there. I'm not sure. There was an M4, I believe, yeah, and a couple pistols. So not the best trading potential.
And it's just absolutely nothing. No kills on the side of Marksman.
Yeah, and
DRG
it's not super
5-1.
relevant at this stage in the game where we're down to 3 rounds left in regulation. But I mean, the Dragons have unlimited cash at this point. They can do whatever they want. They don't need to be uncomfortable in that position. They can throw all the utility they want. They can do any sort of execute they want. They're not hindered in any way. Marksman will claw together another full buy. They do have the op again.
Chat saying Proto carrying, what a Chad, classic Proto. Proto having a great game, but eliminated from this round.
There's the op.
Also praises to Spy. Look, we have to say, rough start, but now 18 and 14, right up there with Proto.
I think he was 0 and 7 at one point, or maybe he was 0 and 6, and then he went 1 and 7. But yeah, that's a big reversal. Tale of two halves for sure, but definitely turning it on.
And that's what you want to see if you are on the side of DRG, if you are a fan. They are currently in the lead, but down a man in this round. Kiri with the op. That's 2 ops. I'm just now realizing this. In this round of 22, we've got a double op set up. Kiri good for 1 so far. and there's no trade potential whatsoever on the side of Dragons. They're just going to have to eat that death, unfortunately. And it's a 3v5 scenario. Level 8 on Basic, trying to get some spray through the smoke. Not going to happen. Solstice here on this left side. Does Kiri expect it? No. Solstice going to win that duel out. There's still plenty of CTs here on the B side. Solstice and Spy both here in the cage position. Slep trying to get some no scope op kill through the planks. Not going to happen. Philipek with a great angle here to hold and just going to get the double. That's an easy one for him. 11 for the Marksmen. They tie it back up. We'll have to see. Certainly an exciting map. I'm very happy. This is what we like to see. I always like it when we get a little bit of a comeback. Blowouts are cool too. But, I mean, man, you could not have asked for a better match to start this series, or the better map to start this series so far. Absolute domination from the Marksmen in the first half, and now Dragons with a resurgence. We're all tied up in round 23. Who will take it in regulation, or will we see an overtime in map 1 already? Philipek here smoking off the donut position. Here's them getting aggressive. Here's them pushing up. That's all 5 of the Dragons here in this donut position. Philipek good for 1, but that's all. Space Monkey with 1 as well. Good trades coming in so far from the Marksmen to hold the man advantage. 3v2 as the retake tries to come in. Dragons losing, no, not losing another. Level 8 on Basic says no. Proto with a kill onto Kiri. It is a 1v1. Slimy, the bottom fragger for Marksman versus Proto, the top fragger for the Dragons. Who will have the impact in this round to secure a match point for the Dragons? It will be Proto. My mind jumbling up the words there because of what I am witnessing. Dragons with the first match point, despite Marksman having a 9-3 lead at the first half. Wow. Great stuff here from the Dragons. Proto popping off, Spy popping off as well with that resurgence like we mentioned. Level 8 on Face It having some high impact as well. So now what will be the answer for Marksman in order to secure overtime, or will they lose their map pick? I believe, did I write that? No, this is DRG's pick. So Dragons trying to win their map pick. Marksman just looking to hold on, try and get into overtime. Space Monkey flashed, but nothing will come of that. The smoke comes out. Interesting plays here. And it's still 5v5 as the clock ticks down to just about a minute left. Just under a minute, 10 seconds left here. And Slap. Oh, that's a great swing out from Cave to get 1. Gets 2. No, that's Space Monkey with another. And we've got 3v3, 3v2. I lied. Kiri with a great flick onto, I believe that was Bango. I had just a little bit fuzzy here. But either way, some great plays coming out from both sides. But Marksman with the man advantage. 35 seconds left in the round. Kiri with another. It is all onto Spy. But no, Marksman secure overtime. We're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen, on map 1 of our premier semifinals. I hope you're ready to get excited because we have more Counter-Strike coming. Woohoo! Let's go. It continues on. We play on here on Ancient.
You know, I'm back here, Atrax. I'm surprised to come back from a moment I had to step away there, and I saw that Dragons actually won the previous round. I think that they were down to a pretty scary looking 3v2 situation without the bomb, and a site that was just kind of held really well by Marksman. And I come back after that, I see they have the 12th round secured, but they lose the follow-up to secure the map. Now it's OT, full buys across the board. If Marksman can keep some of this aggression up, as well as they've kept some of the sites, especially A site, they've really held it down pretty well. in the and later part of the half. They might walk away with this one.
There is very big potential. It's going to have to be the answers of the CT sides. Both T sides from both sides have been incredibly aggressive. And now we see just trades happening all over mid here, back and forth, but it's going to be Dragons with the lead so far in the round. 3 left alive. Left here to receive them and will not. Sees all 3, so that's good info gathered for Philippek in this 1v3 scenario. No kit. Interesting choice here in overtime. Of course, potentially 4 other kits purchased from the players of the Marksmen. So Philippek deciding, you know what, I'm going to save the 400, but maybe not ideal. 1v3 scenario. Nobody offering up anything on the side of Dragons. Philippek probably just deciding to save this M4. Yeah, and I mean, you can argue it's overtime. Ooh, an op, even better. That's what the...
I don't think there's any
prize
reason to simply
possession
just throw a gun away in the first round
Yep.
of OT on CT side.
Mhm.
When it's just really not winnable, like there's no point in just going and dying. Thankfully the
Yep.
kit, or not having a kit rather, thankfully that didn't actually impact the rounds. Hopefully he can either get told or realize it and grab one himself here. Because that's not something you want to have impacting overtime, is not having a kit in the first round.
Yeah, definitely not. Like I said, maybe, just 4 kits. I can understand one person, maybe even 2, not buying a kit only because you need to be really careful on the CT side, even in overtime. If you burn through your money on those first 2 rounds, you have absolutely nothing in that 3rd round. So smart economical decision, especially to save that op, and now that affords them a double op setup in this round. Space Monkey with some wonderful aggression here up towards Shelf. That's lots of info and space gathered, and will even get a kill onto Solstice. Wonderful play here from Space Monkey, knowing that mid was secure, or maybe even not, just taking
This
the
is
risk
really
anyway.
interesting, actually, that he backs up into cave and they're floating him back towards red room. There's a second where there could have been a pretty nice timing for Dragons. They did not capitalize on it. Everyone's grouped up for an A hit. It seems like they want to finish there.
And it's right into the op of Kiri Spy with, I believe that was a Molotov out, just completely unawares that player could be so close. And Kiri with another, that's a basically barrel-stuffed proto there. That's a really close scope right there, and man, just Dragons locked out of this site. 2v5 is what they're up against, as there's just about 40 seconds left in this round. What can you do? It's going to be heroics from the Dragons if they want anything. Philippek with a kill through the smoke, courtesy of the A1S. And is that a flash out? Yes, that will be a flash out. Level 8 on Face It, trying to do something spectacular, trying to be level 9 or 10 on Face It, and instead is going to get caught mid-reload. Marksmen tie it up 13-13 here in overtime. And it's a tack timeout from the Dragons.
I think one of the biggest themes that I've seen out of Dragons that has lost them tons and tons of rounds on their T sides is they're not really seeming to care about maybe like flashing teammates in or flashing operas off angles or really much of that. It's been a lot of dry swinging and a lot of just kind of, hey, come and fight me, like I don't care. It's won them some rounds, it's lost them some rounds too, and that was a big one there. I think Kiri was in a position where they would have, effectively been anti-flash with the angle still held, how close they were to A main, but just to not throw anything out there at all, to force any reaction or gather any information even, that is why they lost that round for sure.
Well, and also to your point, Spy getting caught out by Kiri on that close range op with a nade in hand. Definitely not what we want to see on the side of Dragons. Just a bit
I'm not sure what the goal was there. That could have been handled easier.
Yeah, or maybe a setup. This is Premier, so you should know your nades and your utility at this level.
I think they all do. I definitely think they all know their utility, but it's probably just a matter of you know, it's a head game. I think back and forth, just trying to take certain fights and feeling like you can deliver on them without support needed.
Oh, Kiri doesn't see Bango in the corner, baited out by that player. I believe that was Solstice jumping up towards mid. And just a bit unfortunate if you're on the side of Marksmen, but 3v3 here as we get into just under a minute left on this round.
They're gonna get a chance
Last
at this.
round of first overtime. They will get a chance at this. Bomb should be going down. Retake should be coming in. Plenty of hits here on the side of Marksman. That's going to be Zlep down. The first contact by level 8 on Face It. Slimy now with a very important kill to secure a 2v2. And oh no! Disaster for the Marksman. Level 8 on Face It, just making it look easy.
I mean, that whole round is
securing the
onto him
lead.
there. That definitely made that look easy. He definitely put the team in his backpack in that round. That was impressive. They should not have won that round. I think Bango caught an amazing timing on Kiri in middle and just, you know, catching an opera scoped in on that angle. Really, really good stuff. At that moment, Bango immediately leaves mid and Solstice is in front of Jaguar. If he had taken that B space early, they would have secured that round without much of a fuss at all. But they delayed and they telegraphed, you know, a little late. The bomb had to cross from B ramp onto site and take a duel to do it. Gets him down to 20 HP, and then he still finds both of the other kills by himself. So that was really, really just down to level 8 on Face It, kind of taking it, man. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's feeling his game and his shots.
Taking it up, level 9, level 10. Gotta change the name after that play, potentially. Now we'll have to
maybe
see
level 7 on
Japan.
Face It. That might be really
Level 7.
closer to
Space
number 1.
Monkey. Absolutely. Space Monkey with 1. And that's the... No, never mind. Spy immediately swinging the advantage back to even. Says no, it's going to be a 4v4. Now this map has been a story of the T sides, but Marksman starting off at a disadvantage here. They need to post a flawless T side if they want to win. They need to get at least 2 in order to tie. Slimy with a nice kill onto Photo. HUD getting a little bit pixelated here. I'll be honest, trades coming in and out. 3v2 scenario going into the post plant here. That's somebody's Solstice creeping up towards A ramp, excuse me. Kiri with 1 and Slimy with the other to secure a 14th for the Marksman. I apologize, HUD going just a little pixelated there, but either way, the result is the same. The map is yet
I'm very
again
surprised to see that retake go that way. It seemingly just kind of... It seems like that they were unaware of someone being long already. You usually would want to see at least a flash, maybe a Molotov as well, a retake Molotov down into long from deep CT there. But Proto was B-hopping, so you don't stand much of a chance, especially when Slimy's just sitting on an off angle by himself.
Yeah, B-hopping in CS2, not a feels good. Certainly not for Proto in that last round. And now, then it's just a battle back and forth, constantly trying to get the lead in this map. And really, it's post a strong CT side. By trying to do that here, that's a great initial kill onto Kiri. Space Monkey also going down over on the B side. But looking like the bomb might still go down, despite the trades not coming in the way of the Marksman. I lied. Level 8 on Face It, taking out the bomb planter. There is a minute left, but 5 alive for the Dragons, 2 alive, 1 alive left for the Marksman. Slimy unfortunately misses that shot, and Philippek with 1 before getting eliminated by Solstice. Dragons again taking the lead.
At that point, they have another chance to just get it done here. You know, Slimy needed to go like full on EPL Cadian to clutch that one, I think. I know Philip was alive, so there was some help potentially there, but that fell apart pretty quick. Again, a lot of these like dry swings by people, where you could just throw the the donut smoke or the flash or something. Instead, slow peeking into donut. You know someone's there. I mean, I don't know what else you would be expecting in that sort of situation.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not going the way of the Marksmen. And the early trade's not going the way of the Marksman either. That's leapt down.
Yeah, Benga
Space
found a nice
Monkey
tag as
peeking low
well.
as well, yeah. You're absolutely right. Now, mid, more or less secure for the Marksman.
This is on to Spy playing the passive donut angle. He's going to get second again. He will get grabbed. I mean,
Misses
again,
out
it's a
on
lot of
that.
that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's the
Yep.
same head-to-head that we had last round, just, you know, from donut to A to donut to mid that time.
Let me see what the result is. A minute left on the clock. Marksman mid completely controlled by them.
This isn't necessarily a huge help, though, because they only have the 1 CT to A. They have the rotates in place already towards the B side. I think they're quite aware that mid is exposed right now.
Ooh, Bango expecting the boost. Not so. Philippek domes them. That's the thing that they were looking for. They immediately accelerate onto the B site, but there's still 2 more CTs here. There's 1 more CT here. The Slimy takes out Solstice. Level 8 on Face It. Aware of the flank by Kiri. That's a great heads-up play by them. Not entirely sure what the plan is here. Proto taken low, taken out by the nade. And it looks like we're going to be going to another overtime unless level 8 on Face It has something to say about it. 29 HP and a kit. Has to move fast. Space Monkey also low. Level 8 on Face It just trying to get the fire, trying to get something done here. And the time ticks away. Now level 8 on Face It knows where the player is. The AK runs dry and Space Monkey secures a second overtime in this map of Ancient.
I feel for Solstice there. He just did every bit of damage you could do with an M4 through a box to Slimy there, and the nade back, even though Slimy was a bullet as well, or just you could spit on either of them and they'd fall over. If they get that kill, it's probably done in first OT. But we go again.
We go again indeed, and like we said, it seems to be the story of the T sides. If I'm not mistaken, in that last overtime, both the T sides getting 2 rounds, CT's only posting 1. So
yeah,
we'll
I
have
feel like
to
that's
see
pretty
who solve it.
par for the course on this map, where the T's are gonna, probably at least the style that both of these teams are playing. The T's are gonna have the advantage more often than not. I do like this mid aggression from Dragons a little bit early in the round. That was winning them some of their CT rounds. I think they only got 3 initially. They're gonna need
Slimy all the way out on B, but doesn't net anything. Level 8 on Face It, eliminating Space Monkey from that B attack as well. Sorry to interrupt you, Stink, but just some action
No, not at
happening
all.
here on B.
Yeah, that was good reaction from Proto. I like the way that they took the mid aggression and it was like almost disguise on B. I think Slimy probably felt like it was too good to be true, and he wasn't really prepared for just such a late, impatient swing out by Proto. And they're gonna give a lot of this space here too.
Philippek knows the player's there. That nade confirms it. Just damage and shoots the elbow of level 8 on Face It. After the damage, just backpack a little bit too fat. Maybe your arm's a little bit too buff from carrying the team so far. Level 8 on Face It. Proto gets 1, switches to the pistol. That's
Wow.
Spy to defend. That's a great back and forth by the Dragons in order to force them to a 1v2 scenario. And Philippek, you got that cheeky kill onto level 8 on Face It, but you're gonna have to work for your next 2 kills. Ooh, it's close, but no cigar. Proto staying hidden smartly. And now they know where he is. Spy, 15 seconds left on the clock. Spy in the long position, gonna swing out and take out Philippek to secure a 16th in the first round of second OT for the Dragons.
Yeah, well played by Dragons. Just just communicating, hey, I'm gonna just jiggle here and get the info for that kill, secure it. Let's not make this scarier than it needs to be. Really good recovery as well. Proto flashed himself into B site there. When I say flashed himself, he fully blinded himself. But it wasn't recognized by Marksmen that he was actually onto pillar there on such a close angle. So that was really good recovery. That was slipping out of their hands really fast, especially with the Phillips kill through red room door there. I don't know how he saw it. Maybe just extra clouding my vision a little bit, but that was a nice kill.
Yeah, certainly aware. I'm with you on that. Maybe just seeing the backpack stick out or something, or maybe too if just a little bit is peeking out, maybe saw him on the radar. We're not entirely sure, but regardless, that kill not really bringing anything to fruition. The round still going the way of the Dragons.
It
And
could have
now
been
early
something else sticking
damage.
out there mid. You know, I've heard some stories about level 8 on face it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Can't confirm or deny, but you never know
yeah.
what's happening.
You never know which appendages are just hanging out, out in mid. But gotta tighten them up just a little bit. Don't want to get sprayed again through mid. And again,
Yeah, when I have that problem, I typically use electric tape.
There you go. Yeah, a little bit of electrical tape. I'm sure that's part of the diffuse kit, right? A little bit of electrical tape, no doubt in there. And it looks like it's going to be a beef crunch by the Marksman. Kiri here in red gets one and slowly keeps trying to get a kill onto level 8 on face it, but it's going to be Slimy with the op securing the site. That's nobody left. The remaining 2 CTs here in mid. One with a kit. Bango not with a kit. Ooh, Slimy! That is unfortunate timing for you on the op. Zlep there to retrieve. Bango probably just, maybe you try and save this off? No, decides to go for the round instead. Time is really low. This is ill-advised, especially with that op there, but I mean, hey, there's
there's a world where Phil rotates through CT and the site's open. I mean, there is a world where that mistake could happen.
Okay.
It's worth it, I think. Second round of OT. They're going to bring the op out. They know that they can afford it for the last round, so why not? Just, hey. You get a cheeky retake defuse like that, why not?
Yeah, and especially to just try and get a second CT round, which hasn't been possible yet in overtime, so you're absolutely
early
right.
aggression versus early aggression. This is what I wanted to see for a while.
Slimy with the first. Will he get the second?
Oh, no.
Yes, that's level 8 on Face It, trying to back out. Knife in hand, caught out. Bango trying to catch somebody unawares, and that will be Philippet going down, but Slimy on the op is ready. Will you get another? Already 3 in the round. Trying to go for an ace in a way because there's 2 players here and his teammates are just not around. Slimy will go down, but
they
the
know
bomb
B is totally
B,
seated
right?
at this point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so unfortunate if Lovely don't face it. I just held the angle with the op. He gets the trade back. I understand totally why he just decided to leave there. Probably didn't expect Slimy with the op to simply W key into front of a cave there. That was probably not on his bingo card, but unfortunate. But we get to stay with the trend of the one CT side, so we get to see some, this game is going to be won on whoever wins probably 3T rounds on these OTs. I think we're probably in for a triple OT at this point, if I had to guess. I would like to be wrong. I'd like to move on, but it just kind of has that feel that we're not quite done yet. We're not done figuring out what's going on here on both sides.
And it also, in a way, casts interesting storyline for the rest of the series because this map is already so close after looking like a complete blowout by the Marksmen. You have to remember a 9-3 first half for the Marksmen on their T side, and of course it's just been the story of the T sides here on Ancient for both teams. So how will this translate over to a nuke? How will this translate to nuke if we get there? Solstice taken low, but not taken out of the round. No doubt Slime unhappy with that. And Slap creeping through the smoke will get one. That's Bango unawares, but level 8 on Face It to trade. And Space Monkey locking Spy out of mid. we've seen this kind of mid B hit where one goes mid and multiple go B. Of course, that's a rather common tactic on Ancient. Not saying it's surprising, but just we do see it rather often, and the Marksmen here just a little bit more prepared for it. Again, Solstice taking incredibly low. Space Monkey here to retrieve level 8 on Face It. That's
Oh
going to
my
be
god.
a dome to the head of Space Monkey and Slimy, courtesy of level 8 on Face It.
Oh
And one
my
through the
lord.
smoke. He has magnetic bullets. Just finding the domes of all these Marksman players. Kiri in a 1v2 with this op, with a kit. There is potential. What can Kiri do? Has a smoke. Creeping up close. Will get the first. That's level 8 on Face It again. Creeping out. Oh, Kiri can't get the flick onto Proto. Dragons with 17-17, but it was looking possible.
Yeah, thank God Proto hit the semi donk slide there, back towards cave. That was scary. Again, man, that knife, excuse me, that round just swung on the fact that level 8 on Face It actually got that smoke onto short and managed to rip 2 kills. I mean, out of his hat, really. I don't know how I don't know how he managed those, but yeah. It's another round on B site for them, for the Dragons, where level 8 on Face It simply just wills the team to win the round by himself. I know he went down at the end off the op kill, but it wasn't possible to be in that position without it.
Absolutely not. And now Solstice and Bango, 4 players here instead by the Dragons. Again, my mind just going a little bit crazy, mixing up the words because of what's happening here. Slimy gets one, gets not another, but it's going to be, I don't know, it's Kiri, that's another, I'm sorry. My HUD going a little bit fuzzy. I saw the op, I was like, how'd you teleport over there? No, Kiri with the op to secure an 18th for the Marksman. And that's the double op setup, really, coming in clutch there for the Marksman.
I'm really surprised to see again and again and again where Dragons do the fast split, or not even a split, just the fast, everyone go donut, and they don't have a CT smoke ahead of time. There is a lineup for that. Maybe they didn't go to fart school. I don't know. But they still, even though they're not throwing that smoke safely, they're not even giving themselves a chance to like delay and get that smoke down, because that's like the 3rd round in a row where that whole A hit has collapsed entirely.
Oh, and Space Monkey trying to replicate the aggression that succeeded early on in the CT side, and it's not going to happen. Kiri with the kill. These ops just chiming in yet again. Slimy with one as well. Ops coming in very, very clutch. Slimy taken out by level 8 on Face It. Level 8 on Face It is just having a game, turning it up here in overtime. Wants to take the map. Of course, can't do that just yet. Trying to tie it up, and Kiri through the smoke. No, misses it. That is unfortunate. That would have been the bomb down. Now the pressure is on his left here to retrieve the bomb. Just running out of donut with nobody protecting. Probably assumed that the site was open based off of info gathered earlier. Now the smoke will come in towards this donut position. Kiri trying to creep out, won't be able to do so. Fires a shot, trying to get something spontaneous and random. That would have been absolutely crazy, but not going to be the case. And now they do expect him here on the CT push. Solstice probably just hearing Kiri run, and now trying to get maybe even the ninja defuse. Holding it is Kiri. Solstice spraying. You gotta get the knife. No!
Oh,
What
no.
on earth just happened? Oh my goodness, Marksman. Kiri takes it with a ninja defuse in the last round of the second OT. Solstice missing the spray, missing the knife. What a great hold by Kiri. Oh my goodness.
All right, I'll let you in on a little privileged information. Apparently, the Dragons did not hear an initial defuse. Not sure if it was something that was maybe just calmed as a let's spray it anyways, or it seemed like Solstice had a feeling because he goes with a knife. That's unfortunate. I don't know what else to say.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, we will be getting into the second map of Mirage here shortly. That's going to be the pick of HG. We're going to take just a very short break after that absolutely banger map of Ancient. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back shortly with Mirage. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the premier semifinals. We've got HG Marksmen versus the DRG Dragons. This is map 2. Ancient was a really, really long overtime, 2 overtimes. We ended up 19-17 in favor of HG. HG looking to put this series away in just 2 maps here on Mirage. Going to be on the T side, and it looks like already they've made the right call. It's a completely empty A site. Bomb goes down for nothing more than just the smokes they used to execute with. And the Molotov here locking out some of these CT players in CT. It's a 5v5 retake. Players going down on all sides. And it's coming out in the favor of Marksmen. It's only Bango left here after just a few seconds of kills going out across the map. And Marksmen secure a first here on Mirage with a very decisive A hit, and Dragons just not what's the word I'm looking for? Staying in the site, not living in the site, not holding the site, all that good stuff. The opposite of vacate. They vacated the site, actually, is what they did. A completely empty. And Marksman just taking easy pistol kill. The retake not coming in whatsoever. And now Dragons are forced to save Solstice here in underpass. That's good damage done by this mid player. And ooh, Spy with a kill onto Space Monkey. It's looking dangerous here on the eco for the Dragons, but no. The Marksmen decide to tighten up just a little bit. Secure this round, no doubt. 2 players going down, though. That is big economic damage. It's certainly not what you want to see. You want a lot less players going down. You want to keep 5 alive on an eco, but unfortunately for the Marksmen to go down, they still take the round. Dragons, 5, all dead. No round whatsoever, but they do have a bye now.
Oh, apologies. Apologies.
We'll see. That's okay. After that last match, I mean, I think everybody needed just a little bit of an extended break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I needed it.
We're already back here in the action with Mirage. Extinct, welcome back. It's been a quick 2 rounds. Marksman calling a great control. The A site was just completely empty, but now Bango here in this round on the reply. Philippek, what do you have to say about this player rushing up? There's 2 players rushing up, actually. This is Spy as well. Gonna get that kill onto Philippek. That's mid completely secure. Now Space Monkey running out. Gun just slowly descending down the stairs. Level 8 on Face It here. Do you expect Space Monkey? Yes, you do. That's the player caught out. The bomb goes down, but level 8 on Face It with the 2K before getting taken out by Kiri here in CT. Kiri forced into a 1v3 scenario. Spy and Bango are low. Just a little bit of utility. A Molotov, a flash, and a smoke here on the side. Kiri going to take the first contact. That's Spy and Bango down. And here's the second. Knows where excuse me, the third. That's a great 3K by Kiri to secure 3 for the Marksman.
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for the Dragons.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it kind of all fell apart when Level 8 on Face It swung into behind triple, even though the bomb was planted right in front of him. I know he wanted to sniff this guy out, find out where he was, let the teammates, the 3v1, kind of just take care of business, and that's really not good. Puts the Dragons like in a really big hole now where they have to force, just with pistols, probably gonna lose the next round, or excuse me, lose this round. It's gonna be 4-0 when they get their next bye. Clawing that one back would have been really big, economically, as well as just in the long game of this map. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about the 3v1. But
Well, Kiri with some great spray control. Space Monkey eliminated courtesy of the snapping turtle of Proto. Once a gun swooped up trying to get a little bit of a pre-fire out, but no, it's going to be Philippek with the kill onto Solstice instead. Spy, no! The Deagle shot's just not coming true for Spy. Spy, those shots are looking like mine. Unfortunately, Bango getting one, but it's
That's
forced.
really unfortunate. Spy should have heard 2 there and just played full discipline, let them get onto site, kill the planter when he's stationary. Just jump the gun there. That could have been a way back in to 3-1 on a force with just pistols, but we'll get the next buy round. I did like the mid aggression I saw from the previous buy round from Dragons, taking all that space. Again, it should have been a round they won. It was like all in the bag. They're gonna maybe try to play for it again here. Looks like.
Ooh, yes indeed.
Level
Level 8 on
task.
Decent, aggressive alongside Bango. Bango gonna go down, but level 8 on Face It with one. 4v4 after that exchange, and Kiri taking out Solstice on the A site. Level 8 on Face It has transitioned to stairs and falls victim to Kiri as well. Proto getting one back, but unaware of Slimy with the op in mid. Now it's all onto Spy here with this op. Does know where the bomb is going. Will not get the bomb planter out. Instead, the bomb goes down in this 1v3 scenario. Spy trying to isolate these 1v1s. It is certainly possible because these marksmen are spread across the map. Now, Zlep gonna get eliminated. Shot through the box. That's one down. Spy not knowing that there's a flame. Unawares. Oh no, I lied. That's a no-scope headshot. Oh my goodness. Thought about potentially going for it, but thinks the better of it. Wow, that I thought he was prepared with the
Yeah,
nose.
I thought he was going down for sure. I mean, there's like so many rotates happening. It's the same trend as the last map. A lot of rotates happening. People like b-hopping with knife out, not like really being aware of things that I think everyone in this server is aware of. So it's definitely like a messy matchup on both sides so far. People just kind of playing this out like it's a pug, maybe even less attentively than a pug I would see from some of these guys. So hopefully they can just settle down and like play with some discipline, because they're gonna need it for the CT side. They had an abysmal one last week.
Well, that's a great start with the console onto Slimy. Gonna take the damage in return, courtesy of Space Monkey. Ooh, that's a player now out underpass. Proto getting that MP onto Kiri, and Space Monkey jumping up onto the bench to get that kill onto Solstice. Bango with a nade kill onto Zlep across the map as well.
Yeah, that's a good kill back. That shouldn't have even gotten one. I really thought they would calm that, considering there was so much damage on the I think it was Spy initially.
Ooh, Philippek trying to make this look possible, and
no.
now it is. That's 3 kills just given away. Now level 8 on Face has been playing great in this series. Philippek now knows where he is, and that's another. That's 4 kills, and the bomb plant. 2 1v4s going by the way of Marksmen. Just trying to get this done here, proving that the T side on Ancient was not a fluke. Doing it here again. Wow.
Yeah, man. Again, I mean, I don't really know what to say. You think you have the round in the bag in those 4v1s. You know it's over, or you think you know it's over, but you still. I mean, you can make it just so much easier on yourself by not one-by-one swinging, by not fighting the guy. The bomb wasn't even planted.
And grimy kill. That was a mistake, quick, at least from my perspective. Space Monkey with 2. Of course, it is an eco. Just pistols here on side of Dragons. But they will not post a 1 round here in 7 of Mirage. Marksman looking to just secure a dominant half already. They've already won the half, 7 rounds in.
Yeah, I think this round right here, if they can't comfortably get this on the board, get a follow-up, it's going to be hard for them to probably rally mentally for a T side at this point. Both of the maps starting on CT side where they're not really strong on their CT sides. We've seen that like time and time again. That's unfortunate. I'm kind of surprised to see them go that way for this map especially. I guess they thought that with Proto in the mix that they could probably claw together something a little more competitive, but we haven't seen that yet.
Nothing competitive here on Mirage so far. From the Dragon side, you need it here and you need it now. Solstice pulling out some nades, but it's going to be Kiri with the contact, and kills go out across the A site. A site just falls apart. Really, it was mid, but now A is gone. Spy shot through the corner of the box by Space Monkey, and now it's Proto 1v4. Of course, we've seen 1v4s happen, but not on the side of Dragons.
Yeah, way
It's
harder on the
all
CT
been
side to
Marksmen.
do something like that. This map really gives, like, I think, like, just credence to people who have a little bit of clutch ability in them. Especially on the T side, it just never seems fully secure or safe, at least in my opinion, on this map when you have a huge advantage on CT. Because there's so many fights that can get turned into 1v1s really quick. There's so much space to cover. And it's just so demoralizing as a CT when you get your economy broken twice on rounds that you should have won. And you should have won them with numbers. Yeah, that's not
And
good.
that hurts even more. The gun you wanted to save, not even coming through, so Spy probably not on a weapon here. Or maybe Solstice. We'll have to see. Or maybe they just decide to save again. Instead, decide tactical timeout. Let's talk about it.
I don't know what else they can really, talk about. They have to buy in here, or at least I would think that they would, and just try to take a fight somewhere. The mid fights have been consistent, but they haven't really worked out. If they have worked out, Marksmen have been really good at adjusting and taking the space that's been given up elsewhere, like really fast and really isolating the anchors that are still in place, getting the bomb down immediately, making the retake impossible. That's another thing with this map. I know that Dragons, a lot of their players, they don't like playing this map particularly. I was surprised to maybe just not see it permabanned outright, but you can just tell there's like a level of discomfort compared to HG where they definitely seem like they're ready for every angle, ready for every fight, ready for every time.
And here it is again. Of course, it's a light buy from the Dragons, but just nothing. Oh man, even getting body blocked, just nothing
Oh no.
coming up their way. Do we see a full tilt here from the Dragons?
Yeah,
After
it's
losing
starting
that
to.
and then clawing it back, you maybe even gave it everything you had in that first map. We'll have to see. Now you're on Mirage and just not even having a good time. There you go. There's a little something. A very, very small consolation prize. Here's your blue ribbon for participating.
Yeah, if they can, if they can manage to claw 3 back here, we saw what happened the first time, or excuse me, on the first map. I mean, that's a lot of stamina you need to do that again. Even though they still came up short in the end on that first map when they did bring it back to overtime. They had a chance to close it out twice, once in regulation, once in the first overtime, and then they just couldn't keep pace after that. But this is starting to seem like it has no legs on the back of it.
And that was on their map pick too. Now here they are. They're starting their opponent's map pick, and they're down 9-0, and already in round 10, a man disadvantage for them. It's going to be another A hit. We've seen these A hits just come in time and time again for the Marksman side. Proto with one. Immediately fly onto level 8 on Face It.
I think they do have the bomb there, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
Could I be wrong about that?
Was
I think
that
they do.
bomb going down on site? Oh, no, bomb is over by Slimy there.
Bomb is by Slimy, okay. So that was just a defensive posturing, but this is well, I say the best position they've been in, but
It's the second best position.
it's the second best position. I mean, this really should be winnable. With Phil going down there.
Oh, no,
You cannot give Slimy B site here. You cannot let him do it to you. There we go.
And save the op. There it is. Post one. Now, can you have the same half as last map? If you're
I don't
on
even
the
think you can have that
Dragon
same
side?
round again, man. I mean, that was
Yeah.
just so many individual fights. The first kill going the way of HG, where Spy dry swings connector with the op super late to the fight, no flash over top of it. I mean, that's just such a huge disadvantage off of the bat to lose your op, to lose your mid op. They need to figure out how to play together.
Boosh in the chat saying nobody wins 10 rounds in a row against the Dragons. And that is certainly the case here in this series.
He's not
But
wrong.
it's close, but it's not 10 rounds. So, you know, at least that's the case. You're not going to get double digits on us without us getting at least 1 or 2. My HUD taking just a second to update here. So I'm assuming action is happening at some point. Oh, there it is. There's an upkill on the A site. It's going to be another A hit coming out from the Marksmen. We've seen lots of these happening. Proto hiding in this smoke, trying to catch people unawares. We'll get one. And that's going to be help from CT. Proto just hiding in this firebox. Level 8 on Face It with one, Solstice with another. The retake comes in. Proto just in the back. Now, it must have been, maybe they thought that that player got killed through the smoke from CT. But
You know,
Proto,
he activated in a very inopportune time. I think he was just finally sick of not seeing anyone, because that still could have gotten not secure in a hurry. But kudos to the Dragons for kind of rallying, having the ramp flank, as well as the CT players with Proto on site living for so long. That was enough. Good round overall. I was tense watching that from Proto's perspective because I didn't feel like it was secure even with him alive for so long, because he just wasn't getting any fights that were, you know, surprising, I would say. If Slimy held the angle, he would have killed him. And we never know what happened. Good job for them just getting on the board again, getting a second. They did play together a little bit more there.
they certainly did. And like you said, getting a second in a row. So now trying to mimic that last half, or the first half, excuse me, of the last map on Ancient. Trying to get that 9-3 half. Space Monkey with plenty of space up here in connector. Clears out the stairs position. And it's just been mid-A pretty much every round, it feels like.
I mean, Spy has to know that
Marksmen.
there's no way you push into at this point. You have to be aware of that timing.
Apparently not so. Space Monkey just catching him out, and that's A-site more or less secure. Proto up here in mid will catch one. Or at least I think that was Proto. Bangle with one here.
Bangle will get one back too.
Yep, so it
They know A's, they know A's open now. They have a retake on their hands. It's not going to be super easy.
No, it will not be. They know one is here in connector, and that's Proto going down. In the smoke, sliding with the op kill onto Solstice. Now Solstice making it look possible. Oh, has the angle for the defuse. Doesn't hold it. That is potentially a bit of a mistake. We will not know.
Oh,
Space
no.
Monkey getting a 10th for Marksman. That's double digits in the first half of Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't know where he was. That's very unfortunate. From our POV, it looks like it's the most obvious stick it in the world. I guess nobody gave him a comm that he might have been jungle. It was planned for him to just stick it. They do get 2. It's going to be a long road back into this one.
When he ticked the bomb, I believe he was still holding it when Space Monkey was shooting through the box. So he should have known that he was there when he had.
Yeah, maybe afraid that maybe afraid that he would get spammed through it.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Yep.
Understandable why you might hop
coulda,
off
woulda,
if you're
shoulda.
just unsure. So I'm not digging too hard on it.
Of course not. Small things here in a grand thing going wrong for the Dragons. 2 and 10. We'll have to see what can they do on their T side. Can they replicate again the same perfection that the Marksmen did?
I'm really curious what Proto wants to do with this smoke and this flash here, because they've contacted 3 through.
It's gonna be mid
kills back.
Yep, A site
There's
secured.
a team dink onto one of the Dragons too, which is unfortunate. But they should wrap this up. There's no world this actually gets retaken by Space Monkey. There's just no way.
No way. Our funnily random generated bet odds are 0.001 in favor of Space Monkey, and yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
You know all
that
those.
just can't happen. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was interested to see what Proto was kind of cooking up there. It seemed like he just threw a smoke down a plant safe on a site. They did this like little contact play up connector or up underpass with the two A ramp players, I believe. And I mean, they just hit shots there. That's really all that was.
That's what they needed to do to get the comeback started. Of course, we're not saying that it's even possible yet. It's a very small chance, but Dragons needing to do something monumental. It's a good way to start here on the anti-eco. Don't let too many players go down, Dragons. There's 3 healthy players left. True, you got an AK, a Galil, and a Marksman, but don't give up anything. Oh, that's a dangerous reload. Kiri.
Kiri could uncrack, you know, could crack this up.
Ooh, maybe. Nope. And oh no, Proto.
Yeah, they spot him. That's the kill. Yeah, they slowed it down when they needed to. They seemed a little hungry to just get some eco kills and move on. I mean, that's just been a lot of like what I've seen from Dragons tonight is not really giving enough.
Yeah.
And it's like lost them a lot of rounds. It's won them a couple for sure. Usually on the back of level 8 on Face It, who's having to do a lot of heavy lifting.
I would wholeheartedly agree. Now on the Marksman side, shutting things down, they have guns. Is this where they shut it down and take the series, or start to take the series 2-0? It's great contact from mid. That's Kiri and Zleb with some kills. And it's 4v2 after that contact out mid. Space Monkey catching level 8 on Face It unaware. Of course, so many angles to clear on that A site, and Kiri with 1 as well. Only 1 going down on Marksman's side in their first gun round as they secure 11.
Yeah, really well played from HG as far as like re-swinging mid as a team. I don't know if there was just a choice to not smoke connector there from Dragons, or if that was a missed smoke, or if that was a reactionary Molotov smoke from Marksman. I just couldn't see on the X-ray, but it didn't seem like Dragons were maybe prepared for that fight, along with the cat swing and the smoke being popped mid. But with all that said, it was just really good by Dragons sicking that all up into one fight.
We see the mid aggression continuing to work. That's a smoke, the smoke onto Solstice, and Kiri with 2. That's all of the mid players dead on the side of Dragons. And Proto slowly walking out of Palace, also getting eliminated. Spy left alone in TV will get 1. Now what can you do? There's another. It would be an ace clutch 1v5 to secure Dragons a 5th. Something absolutely spectacular would be needed from Spy. Already we saw 2 great kills. Slowly creeps towards T-spawn. Do you expect Space Monkey on this off angle? Maybe. Ooh, knife out. This is not ideal for Spy if you want this 1v5. And you're going to get cleared by Space Monkey. Shut down. Marksman on match point.
Yeah, I mean we've seen the knife out death from Dragons like I don't know how many times tonight. I think that situation it's like it's a little understandable, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much left they have in the tank at this point. I can tell Proto definitely still wants to fight, call an attack here, but even if you have the will, like I just haven't seen like much in terms of strategy or just like pretty standard like regular grouping that you'd expect out of the Dragons, especially like what we saw last week on Ancient. Obviously they did have some good stuff to show there in the last map earlier, but this map, I'm gonna say it again, I'm definitely surprised it wasn't just a permaban. I don't know what their permaban is, but I guess we could be happy we're not seeing that.
That's a good point. Maybe even more of a stomp, or I don't know. It's It's hard to imagine a map being more of a stomp than this. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, yes, score-wise true, but even so, the rounds that the Dragons have won, even on their 2 rounds that they won on CT side, were looking just a little bit shaky. So,
Well, they're gonna have to. I mean, they're gonna have to get a pistol round here, and
yeah,
build on top of that with another 7 rounds on the back of it, just to get to overtime. So
looking absolutely impossible here, especially as that nade comes out. Spy with 1, Solstice with 1. That's 2 CTs down already. They're trying. They're not giving up just yet. Space Monkey with 1, Space Monkey with another. The gun goes dry, and that's Proto with the kill. Now it is 3v2. That's Slimy blinded and taken out by the Tech 9. Now Philippek needing to do something just awesome here for the Marksmen.
on to a good start.
Level 8 on Face It has been crucial in this series,
Sweet,
and
wow.
with a deagle shot, just swings, knows where the player is. That is a wonderful shot to save the Dragons from getting eliminated. And I mean, again, you still need perfection from here on out.
You need
but
perfection. I mean, and that
yeah.
wasn't perfect because just to maybe fill space. But I mean, the fight onto whoever was top connector from Marksman down to 3 terrorists into mid cat and bottom valley. If they just swung all together, they probably don't even have to trade. They probably just get the kill, and it's a 5v. You know, it turns into a 5v2 instead of a 3v2. They still win it just because level 8 on Face It, it's a crazy deagle shot. But so many of those like little kind of micro mistakes, I don't think that they can get to overtime off the back of playing the rounds like that. Granted, it is a pistol round, so the shots are harder to hit, but...
And now we'll have to see, do DRG lose to more or less an eco round? Only 2 rifles on the side of the Marksman. Kiri with a deagle, not going to get anything done. Now Zlep has picked up a Galil. That's going to be 3v4. No kits for this retake if they do decide to go through with it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if
so far, it's not looking likely.
I wouldn't. I don't think there's much reason to. You can... This is a similar situation. I don't think the scoreline was as far apart in the first map, but there was like a key round where Marksman just saved like a 3v4, or 3vx, whatever, just so that they were not in such a dire spot financially, and this is like kind of another example of that. That's a pretty big kill on the Space Monkey. The more guns you take away, the better here. If he can clear Zlep here on Cat.
Ooh, that's a good kill on the Philippek as well.
Yeah, so he gets Philippek instead, which is interesting.
Ooh, and take another one.
Yeah, he will take another one. Proto probably wishes he could take that fight back, but... So they'll save an AK, they can get another full buy here. Even if Zlep went down, they would have had another buy round, but this makes it like slightly more comfortable now with like full rifles. But that was a good round. You win those, like that's the one you should win, all things considered.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Now Dragons, again, we've said they're forced up onto match point. They have to win 6 in a row from here on out. Absolutely flawless. In order to bring it to overtime, again, we had 2 overtimes in the last map, so how much resilience, how much tenacity do you have on the Dragon side? It would be something absolutely monumental. Kiri looking to take the first contact and will get damage before getting taken out of the round. Bango shot through, shooting Slimy through, excuse me, and Solstice unaware of the player in the ladder position, but that's okay. Will immediately get traded out. Philippek, the only remaining CT, taken out as well, and Dragons with 7. Slowly they chip away.
That's a lot cleaner. That's what I was like hoping or maybe thinking we would see a lot more of from Dragons, like with Proto back in the mix on this map. Like way more patience. Grouping was really good, especially up to the connector fight, and then the subsequent like ladder fight where they just immediately traded that out. That's what they need. That's what they've needed this entire entire match so far, frankly. Even on the CT side, when they were taking their aggression, it was just not tradable fights. Not good grouping. They have a full eco here, so we should hopefully be on to 12-8.
Should hopefully indeed, especially if you are a DRG fan, seeing a lot of those popping up in the chat.
Space Monkey gets 2 there. I'm not sure how that maybe happened. Shouldn't be the end of the world. They should still be able to recover this round. They've got him boxed in.
Yeah, they know where he is. And there it is. Dragons with the Solstice with BM. There it is. There's the fire from the Dragons.
Yeah, and it's okay to lose 2 there. Their money's, like, you know, the T economy, it's not going to be a huge problem. As long as they keep winning these rounds with, you know, preferably 2 to 3 alive, it shouldn't enter any dangerous territory where they find themselves sacrificing any utility or anything. Everyone should have an AK. Everyone should have full utility.
You do see the op coming out on the the CT side. Excuse me. That's Slimy here in the window position.
Missed.
Not gonna
Oh, it didn't miss. Excuse me.
No. That's good. That nade will miss though, but Space Monkey with the first kill onto Spy. That's the A main player dead. And that's
Another one
also
back.
the yep, there's the Palace player dead as well. All the Dragons left here in mid on match point. As my HUD freezes, I saw another player go down. That is Bango, I believe, on the Marksman side. No, Blup, sorry. No, Bango's on Dragons. Haha, level 8 on Face It.
Yeah, quick trade
Taking out
back.
Fury.
So it's
There's 2
2v3.
left. Yep.
Philip's gonna hear all of this.
Oh, and Slimy.
Yeah. Slimy
That's
gets
the
another with the
bomb
op. That's a chase kill. That was like really good timing by him just to go chase that kill. I don't know if he knew that was bomb. I think he may have, but good kill. This is like just so hard to do now. Solstice has full HP, but there's a CT in every choke point. This is kind of like the safe bet setup you do. You don't want to give him like a free post plant by grouping anywhere.
Yep. You're absolutely right. Now Solstice.
And Solstice can do this. I mean, don't
1v3.
get me wrong, because if he does get this kill and get the bomb down, he has duels that he can isolate to make it a 1v1. But he's
Just
got
about 10 seconds left on the clock. It's going to come down to this engagement. No, Philippek going to secure the 13th and the series. 2-0 for the Marksmen. 13-8 here on Mirage. Again, earlier we had a 19-17 victory by HG on Ancient. Nuke not needed. Sorry, Nuke fans. It's over. HG win it. And dominantly, too, if you ask me.
Yeah, bring him in. Bring him in.
We have an interview here loaded up. We've got Philippek from HG joining us. Philippek, how you doing? I mean, you're no doubt doing pretty good. You guys won 2-0. How you feeling?
Dude, you know, my team's just insane. Like, what can I say? HG on top.
HG on top indeed. So let's take it back to Ancient just really quick. And I'm sure Extinct, you have a couple questions. I just want to know, what was the feeling after I mean, you win 9-3 on T side. What was the feeling after you realized, oh shoot, we're going to overtime?
It was definitely a little bit of, a little bit of size here and there, but you know, it's all mental. It's all mental. It just requires one of your teammates to put on a sweater so that he stops being cold, and then he turns it up.
Oh, literally warming up.
Literally.
Very good. Very good.
Literally.
That's an interesting little analogy you just came up with there. No, I was definitely surprised to see you guys take so many T rounds. I was also just equally surprised that they were able to claw so many back. Not necessarily like at their detriment, because last week they did the same thing to AVI, if I'm not mistaken. They had like a crazy T half, and it just seemed like there was like a lot of messy fights like on both sides of the board, especially through that first map, which makes sense when you go to double OT. There's just going to be like some messiness. Was that something you guys were like trying to focus on staying calm or anything, or was it more of just people kind of having their own ice and dealing it out.
Nah, pretty much everybody, everybody on HG, there's not really there's no like super serious business. Everybody's, got their own flow, and everybody pretty much like there's no tension when we're playing. We're all talking, having fun.
Right.
It's not business. It's fun. It's Counter
Yeah,
Strike.
that's good. I mean, and I think that like kind of formula definitely probably helped you guys stay afloat when it could have gotten like nasty. Just with like especially that overtime, they had match point twice on you guys, and you like kind of pulled it together. Um, Now I'm kind of surprised they maybe just didn't permaban like a Mirage on you guys, but I don't know. Have you guys played that map? Did you feel comfortable playing that map? Was it a pick based on like last week where they played AVI and they just didn't have it together? What was the thought process there?
The match against AVI definitely was a big factor in us choosing it. It's a pug map. Everybody's pretty comfortable with it. Nothing insane to go off of there. We just have confidence. That was one of the matches that I was actually not present for, but they closed it 13-4 against AVI, so everybody was just like, hell yeah, let's do it, pick it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, congrats to you guys. I mean, so you're going into the finals now. I don't know. Do you know, Phil? I've been here in this little under this roof in this hole casting your game all night. Do you know if you're facing BS or so Cal won, so you guys play Cal in the
How?
finals.
How one?
Cal won.
Holy!
Cal beat Big Slime on their
That's
own stream. How does that feel? Ooh.
wow. That is damn. Bring it on, Cal. We're ready for you. We're here to
Yeah,
take that fucking trophy.
that should be a good matchup. I think like Slimy with the op head to head with Superman. You know, there's like some probably some good fights coming our way for that. But yeah, any other words? Any last words for the stream?
Shout out to my teammates on HG. I leaned on them for the ancient map, and I turned it up for Mirage. We all turned it up for the end of that game. We'll see you guys next Monday.
There you have it. Yeah, congrats, man.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Congrats, Philippek. Congrats to the rest of HG as well. Condolences to DRG. Unfortunately, they are eliminated here in the semifinals of season 14. Like Philippek said, join us next week, next Monday, Cow versus HG. It's the finals. The stakes are high, but good old cow puns. You love to hear them. Also, if you are not part of the Counter-Strike Confederation, go to csconfederation.com. Join the Discord. We've got blog posts on the website. You've got the stats. You can see who's playing when. We've got all sorts of cool match things. And if you join the Discord, there's all sorts of awesome Counter-Strike stuff going on as well. We've got 1.6 events. We've got regular 10 mans. We've got like all sorts of cool stuff. You don't even have to be on a team in order to play Counter Strike here in the CS Confederation. Extinct, it's been wonderful casting with you tonight, Quattro. Thank you so much for producing as well. Philippek, thanks for the interview, taking time out of your evening. Chat, thank you as well for being here, for supporting the stream. You are awesome. It's been a pleasure casting for all of you. I've been Atrax. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Save me from the side of myself. I cannot look away. About to crash into my face. Just another day on the shelf.